Everyone, I'm meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 3 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now, we've got news out of Carteret County where a woman who had been wanted for an overdose death back in 2021 was found in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Now, the Havelock woman again was arrested. Now, Tuesday, Carteret County Sheriff's Office detectives say that Ariana Carter was back in North Carolina after being arrested in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The 29-year-old Carter is facing charges related to the overdose death of Tyler Hall. Deputies say the 22-year-old Newport man died on August 18, 2021 from meth and fentanyl toxicity. She has been charged with felony death by distribution and felony sale and delivery of a Schedule II controlled substance. The sheriff's office says Carter was arrested in Allegheny County, Pennsylvania on May 5, 2024 on an unrelated weapons charge. That's about 2 months after a warrant for her arrest with full nationwide extradition was obtained. Deputies say Carter was authorized to be brought back to North Carolina on June 11th after her charges in Pennsylvania were resolved. She is being held in the Carteret County Detention Center under a $470,000 secured bond. And now we need to bring your attention to a shooting that happened over the weekend, and men who were injured have been identified. New Bern police say Ikari Crowell and Frederick Friend were shot outside Bryant Drive in Craven Terrace Saturday night. A 25-year-old Crowell was shot in the leg and has been released after getting treatment at Carolina East. 33-year-old Friend was shot in the stomach and is in fair condition at ECU Health, according to police. Now, police have confirmed it was a targeted shooting. And now we want to turn our attention to your weather forecast. Today has been a very hot day, but we've got even more heat on the way coming up, not just for tomorrow, but coming up next week. Really starting this coming weekend. Sunday is going to be a toasty one, and that hot and humid pattern will stick with us through pretty much the start of next week. Right now, this is what we've got outside in Washington. 91 degrees, southwesterly wind at 11 miles an hour, but a dew point right now in the upper 60s. That is fairly nice when you compare it to everybody else's dew points. Right now, Washington has one of the lower humidities in the area. Now, I'm sure if you were to poll some Washington residents right now, they'd probably say, no, our humidity's high. I don't know what you're talking about, Charlie, but just judging by the numbers, Washington right now has some of the lowest humidity, which even then, it's still high. 84 degrees in Morehead City, comes with a 21 mile per hour sustained wind out of the southwest, but humidity remains high, which is why it feels 10 degrees warmer in Morehead City. Feels like 94 degrees right now. It is hot, it is humid, and that is the case throughout eastern North Carolina. Of course, the heat really had an advantage today. It had a lot of sunshine. Not much cloud cover is going to give you a little bit more heat, and, well, the humidity is being brought in by those steady southwesterly winds. And those southwesterly winds, they're not going to change until we get, I would say, into Friday. Friday, we will see a little bit of a dip in humidity, but I don't think most of us are really going to notice it. I mean, meteorologists will, because we can see the numbers, but just, stepping out the door, stepping out into the environment, I don't think you're really going to notice all that much of a difference between Thursday's hot air and Friday's slightly cooler air. We'll get to your 8-day forecast and you'll see what I mean coming up in just a few moments. But right now, I do want to highlight the fact that while air temperatures say it's, anywhere between around, 89 to about 93 degrees outside, or 92 degrees outside, here's what it truly feels like when you factor in that humidity. Feels like we're in the triple digits, or at least nearby, for several areas in eastern North Carolina. Right now, Jacksonville, Kenansville, Oriental, Swan Quarter, Stumpy Point, Plymouth, Edenton, and Roanoke Rapids all coming to the table with a triple digit feels like temperature. Close by at 99, we've got Windsor as well as New Bern. 98 right now in Elizabeth City is what it feels like. It is just, this is a forecast that you would usually expect to see in July and August. But here we are, June 18th, and we've got hot conditions. It feels like the dog days of summer have already shown up, in which technically, I don't think we're truly into summer quite just yet, at least astronomical summer. I'm going to check that out. Astronomical summer begins Friday, June 20th. So yes, by the technical astronomical definition, summer has not started quite just yet. We'll start on Friday, which ironically is going to be one of the cooler days we see over the next 8 days. Let's talk about the general setup we've got coming up, though, for tomorrow's storms. They're going to be riding along that frontal boundary you're seeing back towards the mountains. That is going to work its way across the east late Thursday night into early Friday morning. We may still have some lingering showers near the coast early on Friday, so if you are one of those commuters gets up early in the morning and hates to drive in the rain, do apologize about what we're going to have on Friday. But through the day, things will improve. We'll likely see again a lot of those rain showers gradually subside through the day as that cold front moves further off the coast. Here's what we've got coming up for this evening. Again, mostly clear skies. Chance of rain very low. I don't want to count it out completely because we are hot and we are humid. But by the time we get to tomorrow morning, we will be looking at pretty much a similar start to what we had earlier this morning. And that is mostly sunny skies and plenty of heat on the way. Air temperatures will likely reach into the mid-90s coming up for tomorrow, low to mid-90s, but it will also come with that chance of strong to severe storms later on in the evening. Right now, models not really highlighting a great opportunity for widespread rain, but I think everyone has a pretty good chance of picking up some strong to severe storms late Thursday night into Friday morning. Now, it's going to be just one band rolling through, so you probably won't get two, but you may be faced with one round of just severe weather. And really, we're looking at strong wind gusts going to be the main threat that we're going to be tracking there coming up Thursday night into Friday morning. After that, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday of next week, all first alert weather days because of that heat. You may be wondering, okay, well, Wednesday and Thursday, you can turn those days red as well? Well, most likely, yeah. Most likely, yes. But we really want to see, A, how far our temperatures drop as that cold front rolls through Friday. And then also the further out you go in time, the more error there is in the forecast. Just again, you've got a little bit of air in the short term. That air, every time you go out in time, gets, well, a little bit bigger. So that's, again, why we are a little bit hesitant right now to call next Wednesday and next Thursday first alert weather days. But judging by the trend of temperatures, that will likely be the case. Well, that's all we have time for today's 3 p.m. News and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, I hope you all have a wonderful Wednesday.